And let there be sound. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Kirby Kwan Jr. and you are currently listening to another installment of the Ghetto Fabulous Podcast. Joining me once again is my friend that is currently still studying or conducting research in Japan at the moment that we are recording this. The man from the Caribbean Isles, the man with the plan in Japan. Bars, Shane.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, you still
I don't know if I'm necessarily the guy with the plan, but yeah.
No, I am the guy with the plan, which is why I am hosting this.
Exactly, so.
Fun fact, we actually have two topics that we wanted to talk about, but of course we need to condense this shit to one. So, for the first time, we're going to decide what the topic is on the spot. And since I get to host this shit, I'm just going to veto any decision you make anyway, Shane. So Professionalism. So...
Oh my god.
I picked again. Man. Fuck. Anyways, so today's topic is actually going to be on really moving movie scenes. So when I don't know why I sounded like a high British dude for like Russell Brand for a second there. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about scenes in movies that either made us cry or made us feel hella emotional or sometimes even straight up pissed me off.
Oh, we could go there. We could go like infuriating.
If you really can't think of, I mean, hey, it's still moving you in a certain way.
Yeah, in the wrong way, but yeah.
Are there any scenes that you could immediately think of that made you cry like a little bitch?
Yeah, there's like two that comes to my mind. One of them was
bitch.
When I think of it, is the stupidest one ever. It was from an Adam Sandler movie.
Wow, okay.
It was from Click. Did you ever see that?
Which one is that? Is that the one which teleports or some shit?
No, that's the one when he's got like the remote control that controls everything in his life, you know? Time, he could do changing the color of his face and body, all that shit. And he could pause time.
Oh, well, alright then. That sounds like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, and it's the thing about that whole movie was that, like, it's, if you really, really look at it, it's pretty much stupid for majority of it until we finally get to, like, the final act of the movie where shit starts to get raw. Because the whole thing is, right, like, the dude put, like, a fast-forward function on most of his life, and when you put that, fast-forward function on, right, everything becomes automatic, and his brain just doesn't seem to pick up on a lot of things. So, he fast forwarded his life to when he was like an old crotchety man and his kids were like now adults and shit like that, working in his company. And when you go into fast forward, your mind is also an autopilot apparently. So says the movie. And when that happened, right, like he basically missed out on his kids' like wedding. He missed out on his kids growing up. He missed out on everything, right? And like there was just an emotional scene of like he's about to die. And he is tied up to the hospital bed, alright, his son comes by, alright, and he's just like, hey, just wanted to let you know, like, I'm gonna go back to work, I know I should be going back to see my wife and kids, alright, but I'm just, gonna get back to work to make you proud and happy or whatever, right, and like, no, you shouldn't be doing that, but he's such a old, tired man, he can't really get up and do anything about it.
Okay.
Until there's the scene where he actually rips himself out of the bed. And he's, like, running at his son, right, like, in the rain, right, and he, like, trips and falls down, and he's, like, screaming in the rain, right, like, for his son, right, and it's just, like, oh, God, oh, the emotions, like, that one is, like, the one that always still gets me, right, and of all people to do it, it was Adam Sandler.
Isn't that just, like, an allegory for, like, a coma, from what it sounds like?
Kind of. I mean, a lot of it was he just went straight into, like, this deadpan autopilot. Like, it wasn't that he wasn't responding to things. It was just that whatever his response was always the easiest one.
Right? That's a pretty easy response.
I guess.
Snitch.
So, like, his
what would
wife
you like to eat, snitch?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
How are you feeling today, snitch? And then he made his son laugh. Ha! Got him! I just peeked so hard on the mic.
Okay, anyways. It's like there was a scene in the movie when his wife was telling him like, "Oh, like, we're gonna go see like my parents." Shut the fuck up. We're gonna go see my parents like next week, alright? Like, can you make that? Are you okay? Alright? And his body just goes, and then just shoves pasta in his dumb fucking mouth.
Why does he sound like fucking Tommy Wiseau?
He's just, because like I said, he's completely on autopilot. He's just like deadpan to the world when he puts it into fast forward. And the whole crux of the movie, right, was that he has no control over the fast forward function, which to me is like, what the fuck? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Well, like I said, it's an Adam Sandler movie, so.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. But that was like the one scene that got me like pretty tough, and like every time I watch that movie and see that scene, it still gets me. Oh man! All right, do you want to go?
So, yeah, we're gonna take turns with this shit. So, the one that I'm gonna bring up is gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty common for most of the people's list probably, and it might even. You might be able to guess what it is. It's the opening 10 minutes or so. It's actually not even that long. It's probably like 4 minutes or so of Up, the Pixar movie.
So this is gonna piss you off as well as a lot of people, and it already it made wonder like what the fuck. I never watched Up.
Oh, you should probably explain who is.
Oh, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay, you were saying.
Should we remove that? I don't know.
Hey man, she's your girlfriend, not mine. So you make the call. If you want me to, I'll bleep the name.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, and then we're gonna call her Martha for the remainder of the podcast.
Sure, Martha.
Martha.
All right. But yeah, I never watched Up. Martha was like, kind of like, what the hell? All right,
but
when I
dead.
told her, yeah. When I told her that I never watched Up, I never saw that like Pixar movie. It's a Pixar movie, right? Or is it what?
Fuck, was it Pixar or DreamWorks?
I don't know.
No. I'm pretty sure it's Pixar because usually DreamWorks is hit or
DreamWorks
miss.
is usually like trash. So
no, Sony is trash. DreamWorks is still decent.
Fair.
DreamWorks is hit or miss. It's either really good or really bad. Sony is ass. The only good animated film they made in recent years or whatever would be Into the Spider-Verse, but that's another story for another time.
That wasn't even really them, so
that was, but that's Sony. Anyways, so you never seen Up apparently?
I never saw Up. I have no clue what the movie's about really. All I know is that it's fucking Syed.
Dude, I could tell you, if I explain it to you, you probably think it's a fucking drug trip. It's about an old man who thinks that his house can fly using balloons. And then it happens. And then he meets another old man that used to be his aviation idol because he used to like want to fly planes and shit. And then he's like fucking crazy. And then he has a dog, and his dog can speak for some reason. And even though the dog is a bad guy, he has like the squeakiest voice ever.
The dog's the bad guy?
You want to watch this movie now, don't you?
I kind of, because it just sounds like a trip.
Yep. Well, that's just because of the way that I described it realistically. Anyways, but yeah, the opening minutes of Up, I'm gonna spoil a little bit for you. So it follows. Fuck, I don't even remember this dude's name, but the old dude. Well, it starts off with him as a kid, and he's like playing around with like balloons and shit, and he realizes he wants to be like a pilot or whatever, right? And then I'm going to assume like when he was 12 or so, he meets the love of his life, and then they start going out, and then they actually really love each other. The life progresses. It's really sweet. It's really wholesome. Every time I watch it, right, I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. I ain't no bitch. I could take this. And this is how they fucking get you, because it starts off so happy. You're so happy for these two. They're the most adorable thing ever. And then like they're fully aged adults, and they have their jobs and shit. They get married, they move into their own house and everything, and it's like the same type of house that they drew when they were kids and shit, and it's really adorable and shit.
Yeah.
And then they have like this jar that they save up to go on a flight and shit, but they keep on having to break it and like a piggy bank basically. They always have to use it to repair the house and shit and whatever and whatnot. And then one day they were gonna go to the picnic, and then the wife collapses, and then she has some kind of terminal illness. I believe it was cancer.
Ooh.
And this is what I'm saying. It hits you so hard, you're like, it's like the most, it's like the best. Have you ever seen that one African man cry before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. It's because you're just watching it. It's so adorable. It's so cute. All of a sudden,
yeah.
and then you start, and then it gets you, and then eventually the woman actually dies and shit, and that's just the first 4 fucking minutes.
That's the first fucking. That's the intro to the movie.
That's the first 4 or 5 minutes or so.
Wow, they fucking set the tone high. Okay.
Yeah, they're like, we got you, motherfucker. Come
yeah,
here.
they got you good.
Yeah, they're like,
because the thing is,
get over here, bitch.
Despite never seeing the actual like movie, I remember watching clips on Facebook about it. So they were trying to do.
Pussy?
What?
Did you cry like a pussy too? Did you go?
Well, I realized that it was sad. I could see like why a lot of people found it sad, right? Because the introduction, at least I think what I saw was the introduction, was like, kind of what you were saying.
I mean, it has to be because she died and she never shows up in the movie.
No, but the thing is, like, she didn't collapse. Like, she didn't collapse from a disease or anything like that. It's, they were at the picnic, right? They were looking up at the clouds, as, you know, lovely white couples do. I don't fucking know.
No, it's a dated thing.
Yeah, I guess. And, like, one of them looked like a baby. And she was just like, yo, let's have kids or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then they turn out like, oh, I guess she's just unable to actually have kids or something like that. Like, they were at the doctors, they're crying, right? We don't actually know what the real reason is, and it's probably best to keep it, like, you know, a mystery in that sense.
No, we do. It's just we fucking forgot. I swear to God, though, like, she does die from some kind of illness, though, because she dies in a hospital bed.
Yeah, she dies, and I don't remember why. I remember in, like, that quick animated stuff that I was looking at, right?
Although
like,
I just realized what I
sad,
said was stupid. Because, like,
then,
I'm pretty sure anyone could die in a hospital bed. You don't need to be terminal. I got shot, now I'm in a hospital bed. I got hit by a car, hospital bed. My mom slapped me too hard and I fell down the stairs, now I'm in a hospital bed. It sounds like a fucking opening. No, I just made it up on the spot. It just sounds like an opening to like a fucking hospital sitcom.
Yeah.
If you got hit by a car or shot by a cop or you fell down the stairs, just come over here to the hospital bed.
Maybe you have a future on Broadway. Anyways, but yeah, it was shit like that I was just like, this movie. I can tell why people are so like scared of like watching this shit. And then this chubby Asian kid came up that looked a lot like you.
Yep, I've been getting a lot of requests to cosplay as him, and I'm like, I'm a little bit too old now. I moved on from Up to Bow.
That was gonna be like the next one I wanted to talk about.
You cried like a bitch in Bow?
Yeah.
Pussy.
Fuck you.
Don't fuck me. But no, but you know, feel free to explain yourself. I think I might have a reason. I could kind of relate to you. I didn't cry like no pussy, but I could relate to that.
I didn't necessarily like cry, but I did like tear up a little. Fine, fuck it, I cried. So to me, it was like, I had, like, here's the thing, right? Like, when you watch Bow, you don't go into the movies expecting to see that film, right? Like,
of course,
that was...
because you're expecting to see Incredibles.
Was it before Incredibles, or was it?
It was.
Yeah,
I remember because that was the same day that I got hired. real quick fun slight tangent. I had 2 interviews that day. So they didn't even get to the anyway. So I had 2 job interviews that day. One of them was at an athletic apparel store, and then the other one was at a it was at Zoomies. I'll just say it. So obviously I work at the athletic apparel store. So I got that. So I had that interview first. It was scheduled for 10 in the morning, I believe. Yeah, 10 in the morning. So
yeah, okay.
My boss called me. Well, he's my boss now, but he was like, the interview's going to start at 10. No, it was a bit 9:30. Let's just say 9:30. That sounds about right. 9:30. Get there early. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like that's nothing. I could get there at like 9. So I left my house with intentions to reach there at 9. Even if I'm locked out of the mall itself of the store, then I'll just like chill. Like I'll be there early and I could say I'm there early and shit, right? He has to choose me.
Yeah.
So he was like, so I'm on the bus. I switched to another bus because that's the route. And for some fucked up reason, it's just completely like congested. I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? So I'm like, the interview's at 9:30. It's still just 9. I could still make it on time. If I run a little bit, then I'll be good. And then it's 9 like 15, and now I'm shitting bricks, right? So I tried calling the store to let them know my situation so that I don't look like a complete like fucking buffoon. So I called the store, and I hear it ring. So I'm like, okay, cool. It just needs to pick up and just say, hi, I'm Kirby. I will be a little bit late due to, the current traffic in this area. As you can see, you have my address on my resume. You could relate, whatever. No one fucking picks up. So I'm scared because I think that they're like, fuck you, Kirby, you're late, suck a dick or some shit, right? So I'm like, fuck. So then it's 9 like 28 and I'm like, okay, let's try calling again. So I call, no one picks up. So I'm like, oh shit, right? So then I get there. I fucking forget about calling. I freaked out, right? So I call William and I was like, Will, this is my situation. He's like, basically. No, he tries to like be like, yeah, I mean, shit like this happens, I guess. It's like a freak accident. You should still just go carry through with it, be yourself, and just tell them what happened and hope and pray for the best. And I'm like, I'm not religious. No, I'm kidding. But I was like, all right, sure. So again, an assumption that the interview was set for 9:30. I think it actually was set for 9:30. I got there at around like 9:45.
Ooh, shit.
So I'm shitting bricks. So I reached the athletic apparel store and I go through and I went to the immediate like cash desk, right? And I was like, hi, I need a fake name. I'm looking for Jared. And then this dude who kind of looks like me, low key. My boss kind of looks like me. Oh, I just spelled it. But yeah, so this dude who's like me, but a little bit bigger, slightly deeper voice. He's like writing some shit on some papers. He looks at me. He's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Hi, I'm Kirby. I'm here for the interview for Jared." And then he goes like, "Oh, I'm Jared. Why are you late?" I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Oh fuck.
And then I explained to him, yeah, I had to take this route on the TTC, which is why I'm late. He's like, nah, I'm just messing with you. I was actually late too.
Ooh.
So that explains so much. That explains why no one was picking the phone, because even he wasn't there yet. And he explained to me he was taking a similar route, which is why he got there late as well. So he's like, yeah, Kirby, I typically don't take, I don't accept interviews if you come late, but this time it will be the only exception. So I'm like, wow, thanks, Jared. You're adding even more pressure to me, bastard.
Not scary at all.
Yeah. And I don't really care if Jared hears this because like he gets me. So then he the interview goes and I'm like and then like we're having like I feel fairly confident in this interview, but I'm still kind of like a little bit concerned at the fact that I was like 15-20 minutes late. So let's say the interview concluded at like 10:30 or so, maybe not that late, but whatever. I leave, I call William and I'm like, bruh, that just happened, and I explained the story to him, and once again he was just like, right. So then, so this was the plan. We were all supposed to meet up, and I was supposed to head downtown to Azumi's location, and then after the interview, we would watch The Incredibles, right?
Sure.
So what actually ended up happening was literally me, Patrick, and Will. We all met up, and then we were on our way to downtown to Zumi's. I get a call from Jared, and I'm cautiously optimistic because in my mind I'm like, fuck, what if he called me to say I'm sorry you didn't get the job? But then I'm like, then again, he probably just won't call me in general, right? So then he calls me, and I pick up the phone, and fucking, this is what Jared says. He goes like, yo, Kirby. I'm like, yes, that is me. And it's like, yeah, so I just finished interviewing 4 or 5 other guys, and I just don't fucking like them, so congratulations, you got the job.
I just don't fucking like them.
That's why that. It's like, congratulations, you got the
wow.
job. And then I'm like, oh,
I
sweet.
just-
And then he explained to me like what to do and shit. And then I've been working for this athletic apparel store for like just about a year now. So what happened was basically since we're already on our way to downtown, where we're like, okay, so I'll just call up Zoomies and let them know that, you know, I already got a job. Thank you for the opportunity, though. And, you know, not be a dick, basically, and just flop on them. So I called them. They were really understanding and congratulating me and shit and whatever. And then Patrick was like, yo, let's watch Incredibles. I'm like, yeah, it's not like we were going to do that anyways.
Yeah,
I didn't actually say that. I didn't actually say that, though. And then I forgot which one. Might have been both of them. Like, they paid for my movie ticket. And I'm like, wow, $14 saved.
Holy shit.
If you think about it, though, that's like a whole hour of minimum wage pre-taxed.
Yeah.
In Toronto. Anyways, yeah, that was my brief story of Incredibles. But yeah, you were saying about Up?
Bow.
I mean, I didn't, dude. I was thinking Bao in my head. I even saw the Asian dude, but both of them are chubby, cute Asian dudes, and I just thought fucking Up. Okay,
Yeah,
allow
I
it.
know. But no,
Allow it.
to me, it's like
Let's talk about Bao.
yeah, you got it. I don't know. To me, it's like Bao is like a very interesting story in my head. All right, because a lot of it is
Asian
like,
man
you know, magical realism
marries a white girl.
with the whole bun coming to life and everything like that, right? But a lot of the shit that it deals with and talks about, of like, you know, super overprotective Asian mom, you know, trying to make sure that you stick to your roots, you know, you are your
Don't
culture.
marry a white girl.
Yeah. Don't leave home, you know, all that shit, alright? It's like,
Your friend is bad influence.
yeah, and like, don't forget your culture.
Soccer is not safe. Be doctor instead.
Do the feng shui.
You don't really do feng shui.
I know. Tai Chi, my bad, sorry.
She did do Tai Chi.
He did, yeah. And the thing is, like, that whole thing, alright, of like, you know, your parents, alright, and like you know, not necessarily following through with a lot of like the Asian stuff that they want you to do, right? And you follow through more with what you want, is like a real thing that I feel a lot of like Asian American kids go through. And even me, who is like not even American, right? When I was growing up in the Caribbean, right? I still had to deal with some of that shit too.
Stay away from the wall. Joking.
Oh my god. Well, you shattered all that.
I'm
tension.
Canadian.
Oh man. Yeah. Motherfucker.
Stay on your grass. Don't come over to my grass.
Oh my god, you fucking idiot. Anyways.
I like how since the Flash episode that we recorded, every time we do this, we need to fucking turn into rednecks for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Man. Anyways. But yeah, it was like the scene of the whole reconciliation, right? Of him coming to home, right? Like, you know, with the bows in his hand, right? Like, his mom don't even want to talk to him, and his dad just shoves him into the fucking room. And to me, it's just like, yeah, that's what my dad would do.
I think my dad would shove me, and then the energy return would push him back.
Well, there you go.
I'm a bit chubby, say.
Yeah.
So that was the part that made you cry?
That was the part that, yeah, that got me the hardest, right? It was that, as well
When
as
he was
like
shoved into the
when
room?
he was leaving, and the mom would like rather eat him, which was like a little. I thought that was a bit like woo. All right, then ever let him out of her sight, right? Which is like, yeah, that's Asian parents though. That's legit. Like, if they could, they'd keep you inside all forever, but then they also recognize, all right, like, you know, you gotta have a life of your own, but that takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I think the reason why that hit so close to home for us as well is because it was made by home. Like, if you look at a lot of the architecture and the bus and everything, it actually
That's
is
Toronto.
based off of Toronto. Yeah, because the main director and producer of this short was a Chinese Canadian that grew up in Toronto.
Oh, Wong Fu.
Wong Fu is in L.A., bro. That's the other side of the wall. Jeez.
Oh man, but yeah,
Hey,
I know.
is this gonna become a thing?
It might
The
be.
the Ghetto Hillbilly Podcast instead of the Ghetto Fabulous Podcast. I just got a new pair of boots. Them things are knee high.
Oh man. All right.
Extra
anyways.
protection from the bulls. Anyways, I don't really know what the fuck that meant. Anyways,
Fuck.
yeah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
So I got pretty emotional with that film too, just because I'm like, do I treat my parents like shit? And then I just realized, yeah, I'm a product of my environment again.
Yeah, same here, to be honest. Like I also thought, like, do I treat my parents like shit? And the thing is, like, well, growing up it wasn't quite easy, so I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Like, you and I are probably like fairly similar in terms of like how we grew up, right? Surrounded by people that weren't exactly familiar with Asian people or Asian culture. Oh man. Because the thing is, like, I grew up in the Caribbean. I grew up around, like, I don't even know if I could call them African Americans, but they're just African people.
Sure.
African, like Creole culture, Indian, Hindu, some Muslim, all that kind of stuff, right? And there was, like, only ever maybe, like, one other Asian kid in my school, and we would never talk.
What? Why? What?
The reason why is because if you ever get seen together, people are gonna make jokes and think that you guys are related. Yeah, that's fucked. That's super fucked.
That's actually kind of funny though.
Fuck you. No, that shit's like really bad. And like Trinidad.
No, because I didn't take that in, and then I'm like, oh.
Now it makes sense, right?
Yeah, I'm like, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still racist, but it's still fucking hilarious.
Fuck you. That shit is not hilarious.
No, because I'm thinking, like, if there was two black people in an all Chinese village, would they think that they're related?
Yeah, probably. Like
They probably would. Even if one is like light skinned and one's dark skinned, they probably just think like, right? They would just think, yeah, they're both black. Fuck it.
Yeah, something like that. Oh man. For me, it was...
So yeah, you're growing up.
Yeah, no, for me it was like growing up, just surrounded by, African culture, Caribbean, Creole culture, all that kind of stuff, right? And I had no clue what the fuck Asian culture was. I used to think, right, like, China's this far off, like, amazing, powerful nation. We must be doing amazing. Like, like, China must be like this super amazing country that's doing insanely well, right? And then I heard the stories of like why my parents left.
Everyone has siblings.
All right, now that's a bit twisted. Oh my god.
Everyone has siblings.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, in Trinidad, alright, like, we only just had anime sort of introduced in the country.
I thought you were telling in Trinidad we just started having siblings.
No, you sick fuck, no.
I'm an only child, so I don't know.
Anyway. Oh, man. Back in Trinidad, alright, like, we only had anime just introduced to us, alright, and everyone praised that shit. Everyone was like, Naruto's the fucking best, man.
What? Are you sure that's what they sounded like?
I mean, no, I could...
Naruto was the best, man. Like, really? That's what they sound like in Trinidad?
Check out this racing, y'all.
It's like a blue ball, like a dodge ball, and then he palms it in his hand and
Look at them doing
jabs
the
it into another.
Uh,
There's like 3 of them.
all right, we should stop this. Anyways,
Look at his rushing guard.
oh my god. So a lot of it was Japanese culture that was like mixed in, and what was Japanese culture was just the anime shit of Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, you know, all the big three. Dragon Ball Z was
Pumpkin
there,
scissors.
but Dragon Ball Z was in Spanish. Yeah, I don't fucking know. And that was it. That was as most of the Asian culture that I had ever like gotten involved with. Then I did karate for a bit because everyone kept asking me, "Do I know kung fu?"
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, and that's why like Bao kind of like hit me as pretty like. Yeah, I mean Bao's like an interesting story compared to mine in the sense that like I really wanted Asian culture, but I couldn't find any of it. This kid had Asian culture, but didn't want any of it.
We do not want it.
Yeah, but they still work in the same way of just like you kind of treat your parents not the greatest. Yeah. Okay, your turn.
Okay, sure. So, you know, we really briefly talked about animation. Actually, no, all 3 of them were animation so far.
Yeah, well, except for Click.
You really briefly talked. Well, it's Adam Sandler, so it's pretty animated in its own right.
Sure.
Anyways, you brought up anime briefly, and there's this one anime that my friend asked me to watch. Shout outs to, well, I don't know if she wants me to put her name out there, so I'm not going to, actually. So I'm going to take it back. I'm going to retract that shout out into a out shout. So, anyways, so my friend asked me to, yeah, that went nowhere. So my friend asked me to watch this Japanese anime called Your Name.
Oh.
Yeah, so she told me to watch Shane. No, I'm kidding. So she told me to watch Your Name, and I was like, damn, this is a fucking sad ass movie, dude. And then the part that hit me was rather than what was when he had the opportunity, the last chance to write his name down on that on her arm, this fool wrote "I love you" instead. I don't know what that voice was. I love you. Actually, no, I do know what that voice is. That is my drunken Stitch voice if he had full literacy, but it was just drunk. I love you. Okanda means family.
Oh my god.
Okanda means family, and family means to leave nobody behind. See, I could actually do the voice. Anyways, yeah, instead of actually writing his fucking name, so instead of writing his name, he decided to write "I love you" instead. And then I'm like, you dumb motherfucker, you should have wrote your name.
And then I love you.
Yeah, and then I love you. My name Jeff. I just ruined this movie, but that's what he should have done. He should have, instead of writing "I love you," he should have wrote "My name Jeff."
Oh shit.
By the way, if anyone's listening to this, like, how could you make fun of such a moment? It's so that we don't fucking cry now. Shit.
So here's the thing, right? I never saw that movie either.
What the? Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of like big popular
Does Martha know
movies
about
out
this?
there. What, sorry?
Does Martha know that you have not seen Your Name?
Yeah, she don't give a fuck. She didn't see that shit either.
Why are y'all still together? I'm joking.
Hey. What
She
the
deserves
hell?
better.
Hey.
You better fucking watch those movies.
So this is the
now.
thing. There's a million like big popular movies out there that I just never watched.
Fam, you still need to watch The Room, dude. Everybody betrayed me. I fed up with this world.
Yeah, you see, I still need to watch that one too.
I did not hit her.
That's a weird line to bring back. Anyways, and the thing is, like, I kind of already know what happens in that movie based off of just everyone not shutting the fuck up about it.
Yeah, I just told you he forgot to write my name, Jeff, and it chose to write "I love you" instead.
Yeah.
Why does every line have its own accent?
I love you. You're talking as if like your tongue like swelled up in your mouth.
I told you it's my Stitch it's my drunken Stitch voice.
Yeah. So to me, right, when I was like watching that, or at least like watching clips of the movie, right, I was just like, okay, I can already see like how everything's going to go. But was it really that hard hitting?
Yeah, dude. Like when she was like, "I love you." What the fuck? What is your name? What is your name? Oh no, I'm forgetting. And I'm like, I don't really know what the fuck that was. It sounded fucking gross. It sounded like I just flushed my fucking saliva down my throat. Actually, I think that's exactly what it sounds like.
That's gross. All right, that's a bit much.
You're a bit much. Anyways, but yeah, it hit me hard. Like, there's 2 reveals. I'm gonna spoil it for you, kinda. Well, I'm gonna say it, and you're probably not gonna know the context, so it's still okay. But
Sure.
When Jeff, I'm just gonna give him American names because I forgot their names. Well, I remember Mitsuha, but I butchered that shit, so I'm gonna be calling her Martha too. So when Jeff reaches like her town and was like, it's just a fucking crater of nothing, he was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck have I been talking to? And then you realize it's actually like a weird time travel.
Is time travel bullshit?
Situation. Dude, it's the Flash meets Freaky Friday.
Oh my god. Someone just went time traveling to bang? It's like
No, it's not time travel. It's a different type of. It is temporal related though.
Okay.
Anywho, yeah, the fucking like that shit like made me tear up, and then I told my friend I just watched the movie, and then she's like, "What did you think about it?" I'm like, "Fuck you." She's like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Why? What did I do?" I'm like, "I cried." My mom came down. She saw me cried, and then she saw me a pussy, laughed at me, grabbed her fruit from the fridge, and then left me alone in the shadows in shame. Play for play. That's what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the thing about my mom. She's such a deceiving. I was about to call her a bitch, but I would never call my mom a bitch on purpose. But she is such a deceiving woman. Because when you first meet her and shit, and you see her in the slightest clips in my videos and shit, whenever like in my vlog or whatever, she seems like the most like camera shy. Well, she is camera shy, but just like she looks like the most like timid, like wholesome, like super like adorable standard mom, Asian passive Asian mom and shit. But she's such a bully, man. Shit. She called me a bitch. She didn't just call me a bitch. She called me a bitch.
All right. That sounded like it had some mucus behind it.
Anyways. Let's talk about another movie that probably moved us both. And I say that because this is actually the first time I met you, which was the movie A Silent Voice. I was about to say A Quiet Place because those two fucked me up a little bit.
Oh man. Yeah, you could take the helm on this one because I'll be honest, like this one didn't really get me that bad.
Well, first things first, I didn't cry because I was challenged by the 2 people that I saw it with. So my friend, I don't really know if she wants to be mentioned. Yeah, let me give out fake names. So my friend Felicity and Joy. Well, I met Joy that day too, but my friend Felicity was like, "Hey, someone just flopped on me. Do you want to see a movie with me?" And I was like, I have a girlfriend.
And then she's like, "Okay, never mind," and then hangs up.
Yeah, and then I never saw the movie. No, I was joking with her, and we like obviously she knew, and it was just like a joke and everything. So
you had a girlfriend,
I saw the movie at that time. Yeah.
All right.
So I saw that with Felicity and Joy. Sorry, I need to fucking remember these names. And then she apparently Joy has already seen this film, and she said, "Kirby, you're gonna cry," and I was like, We just met. You don't know me. I'm not gonna cry. And then she's like, bitch, you're gonna cry. I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. And then she's like, oh yeah, you want to bet? I'm like, no, I'm too poor, but I'm not gonna cry.
It's like a dick measuring contest, but like everyone's flip flopping. Like
it's not even. Oh yeah, let's go. It's more like, I mean, I really do want to, but I'm poor. So
you could back it up, but just not that far.
So we watched the film, and these two are fucking bawling out of their minds, like fucking Joy and Felicity. They're fucking crying like a motherfucker. Yo, low key, and I mean no disrespect to Felicity and Joy if you're watching or listening to this, they were kind of crying and talking throughout the whole movie because they couldn't control, like they could not contain themselves. Like they felt hella all like the whole like emotional roller coaster. They were on a emotional roller coaster spaceship, outer space, galactic warriors shit. Like they could not contain themselves. They were like crying out of the. They were going in, bro. They were just crying. Both Joy and Felicity sitting next to me and shit. And I'm like, I'm not crying, bitch. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cure. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cure. I kept on chanting that in my head to make sure that I did not cry. And
in
you know
like
what happened?
The thickest,
me no cry.
like
me no
ghetto
cure.
accents you can accomplish.
I was just like, me no cry, me no cure, me no try, me no cry, me no cure, me no cry, me no cure.
Yeah. Okay.
Even when I wanted to, I'm like, me no cry, me no cure.
All right. And then
So I walked out of the movie with straight up red eyes, looking like motherfucking Red Eyes Black Dragon and shit. And she was like, "Did you cry?" I'm like, "Me not cry." Me not have tears. Right?
your eyes fucking red and swollen.
I mean, you remember, like my eyes looked a bit fucked up that day.
Yeah. But to be honest, like that was the
and-
first time I met you at that point, so I didn't really know if that was just
Yeah.
like how your face normally was. But yeah.
On the bus ride home, hey, Will. So is Kirby a crackhead or what?
How much weed does he smoke?
But me not cry, right? So, but yeah, I was challenged, and I'm like, see, I told you, Joy, you don't know me. Me not cry, me not cure, me not have tears, right? And she was like, okay, fine, I guess you win this one. The next day, bruh, I have like the worst migraine. I had the worst headache ever. It felt like I had like five foreheads.
Ooh.
And they were all swollen, and I had like stage 5 cancer tumors and that shit. That's okay, too far. But like that's how fucked up like I felt because I held back my tears in.
Damn.
It felt like I had legit. What it actually felt like was I had wasabi injected into my forehead. That's what it felt like.
Ooh. All right, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's actually what it felt like because my forehead was just consistently warm, and then I felt sick as shit. I tried blowing my nose, but nothing was there. But it just felt stuffy, and then on top of that too, my grandmother that night forgot to turn off the heater downstairs, and it was already in the no, it wasn't the summer, but it was fucking hot as fuck because she's weak and old and shit. That's cool. What a way to describe my grandmother. but yeah, so my grandma, so she blasted the fucking heat and she forgot to turn it off when she left to go back to like my aunt's place or whatever the fuck. So I'm just like drenched in sweat, and I'm like, how is this happening? This is the winter. I have like the heater off and shit. Why am I sweating like a fucking? Well, I don't know. Just why am I sweating?
Yeah.
But yeah, that film did move me though, because I'm like, yeah, I just like, I've been bullied before, and I'm just like, would I ever go through those extremes? Probably not, but I have considered that shit.
Really?
Not like consider ripping like somebody's hearing aids. I'm talking about like having like bad thoughts and shit, like in terms of self-harm or whatever the fuck, or self-devaluing.
Yeah.
But then I'm too much of an asshole, so I don't. Those thoughts only like stayed with me for like 2 days after the movie, and then I continue being like the asshole that I am.
All right.
Hey, but yeah, that shit like, I'm pretty sure that shit would have made me cried, But I was like, no, not today. Me no care, me no cry.
So if you were locked in a room and you only had to watch this movie, right, would you have cried?
I mean, give me more circumstances. Like, am I being dared not to? Like, do I get
No,
a
no,
reward
there's
if I
no
don't?
challenge, there's no nothing. You're just here
Like,
to
just
watch
casually
them.
to watch it?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't choose that film, to be honest, but I guess I probably would.
Alright, yeah.
Because it's easier to cry.
Yeah, yeah. To me, it's like...
But I don't take the easy way. Me not care, me not cry.
I watched that movie because, like... Yeah, as you said earlier, it was kind of like the first time you and I met. And I wasn't quite moved to tears, alright? Because I was sitting next
me not
to...
care, me not cry.
No, I was sitting, like, behind, alright? Some freaking dudes that I was like, God damn it, please shut up, right? Because...
Hey, real shit?
What?
That could have been me. That could have been me, Joyce, and Felicity.
No, it wasn't. Like, I remember you were, like, quite a ways down from us, right? The people that were sitting next to, like, sitting in front of me, right, was
Kirby,
like...
you are beneath me. You fat motherfucker.
I can't see. Anyways, the people that were sitting in front of us, they kept trying to do the exact same sign language that the people were doing in the movie, and I was just like, you fucking losers.
I can't even lie. Because I watched this movie completely like blind, not hearing a single thing about this movie, and I did not do any research or anything like that. Right?
Yeah.
Had I known that, I feel like I would have been the dickhead that would try to copy the sign language too.
To me, it's just like, here's the thing. The sign language that they're using in that is Japanese sign language. It has the one that we would be using is English sign language. So it's like, what you're doing makes no sense. And just
You're summoning a giant toad.
Exactly. It's just like, you fucking losers. Just watching these three guys, like, you know, like rocking out like their hand signs and whatever, right? Like looking at each other like, oh yeah, that's so cool. It's just like, shut the fuck up. And then the guy sitting next to me was kind of awkward and weird. And it's not writers sit in the back or whatever that I'm talking about. The person I'm talking about is another weirdo who... I get it.
Who?
It's...
Was he chanting, me not care, me not cry,
no,
me not have tears?
He was trying to be friends, but he did it in the oddest way possible. By
what
asking...
did he do? My name Jeff.
No, but like he asked 2 questions and then stopped talking to me, and then at the end asked for my phone number.
What? Was he trying to hit on you? Like what?
No, he asked me like.
Did he do the whole entire thing where he was like, you know, I'm sorry, I really like you, but I gotta go.
No,
can I just get your phone number?
No. Here's how he did it. Right. So the first 2 questions
right after this,
that
remind me to tell you about the most saddest thing that happened to me at work today. But sure.
Oh God. Okay.
2 questions.
Yeah. So the first 2 questions that he asked me, right? One was just like, "Oh, are you here with anyone?" All right. And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm here with this guy over here."
He's trying to hit on you, bro.
I guess. And then the second one was just
skinny,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
oh shit.
Skin tight jeans. Wait, no, that's not even the song. What song was that? Oh, Teenage Dream. Yeah, no, I got it right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't ever look back. Don't ever look. You can put your hands on me in my skin tight jeans.
Oh
tonight.
God. The fact that yeah, maybe. And then the second question that he asked, alright, was just
Dude,
like,
feel good about that, bro. You attracted a gay person to you.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something to the effect of are you from around this area or something like that.
Dude, what if he was just like another dude within your, like, I don't know, like neighborhood in Trinidad or some shit? He's like, I recognize you, bro. Your name Sheehan, eh?
There was no Trini accent. He is like the most Markham-y Chinese, like, button-up shirt, works at an office that his, like, uncle got him into kind of guy.
State Farm. State Farm motherfucker.
Yeah, like
all
the
state
most...
looking at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Oh shit! Oh man, it's just
He's either that or he's either that or some kind of car salesman.
yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You get it, right? Because it's just
My name is Jeff. This is the newest Toyota Fansa.
oh man.
That motherfucker, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Except his English was, immaculate. So.
And now I'm going to introduce you to another Jeff, and he's going to handle all of your vehicular insurance.
Yep.
It could be either one of them. Hi, I'm Jeff.
Be.
I'm your car dealer. Hi, I'm also Jeff, and I'm going to be your vehicular insurance
Yeah.
agent. So Jeff.
So yeah, then he at the end of the movie, right? Like we didn't say a single word to each other after those two questions, and then the movie started, all right? And then at the end, all right, he gave me his phone. No, he took out his phone, all right? And you know how you swipe over the contacts and just hand it off to someone to fill it in? He just did that to me without saying a single thing. And I was just like, nah. Nah.
Dude, he wanted you.
I ain't gonna give you my actual number. So I gave him the number to the KFC or something, and that was it.
Hi, is this Sheehan? Yes, it's Sheehan. What do you want? That'd be fucking jokes.
No.
If the dude's name is also Shane in the KFC.
Oh my god, it would be.
You want a 2-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece? What y'all want?
Exactly. And that was the reason why, I'll be honest, I was not that moved by the movie. Because I have these two fucking weirdos up in front of me, right? Copying everything that this anime is trying to tell them about. And then I have this freaky weirdo next to me who's hitting on me, but is landing all the wrong,
So you said the first
missing all the shots, but yeah, what?
So the first question that you said was he said oh, you look kind of familiar or whatever, right?
No, he didn't even say that.
Oh, really? What was the first question again?
Oh man, I can't. Fuck. I literally just said it too.
Wasn't it I know you from somewhere, or aren't you that guy or something?
No.
Right?
I think he was asking me. The second one was are you from around here or something like that. And I think the first one was, are you here with anyone?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the second question. Are you from around here? And then I'm assuming his follow-up question would have been, oh, yeah, I thought you looked familiar. And then you should have been like, oh, I don't mean to be rude, but you must got me confused with some other guy.
Oh, shit. I kind of wished I did. And to me, it was just he tried talking to the other person that I was with.
He's been at the podcast, so it's cool.
Do I say Will or do I say Ryder sit in the back?
I mean, be honest, why the fuck would you want to say the writer sits in the back?
That's
more like the writer sits on my left.
That's a legit question. Anyway, so yeah. So then it was Will next to me, and the thing is, Will didn't even pay attention to this guy.
Me not talk to that stranger.
Exactly. Will was here for the movie, and that was it. And it was just he can only talk to me because I'm sitting next to this creep. And that was the end of that. And I was just you know what? That movie was okay. I never want to see any of those people ever again.
Mans were trying to slide into your DM, not even your DMs. They were trying to get cut straight to the chest.
Yeah, it felt like it, and I was just kind of.
Mans was about to, he was about to bust out the fucking Jason Derulo. Was how you fit all that ass in them jeans? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do 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 do. Full context for this joke. I don't know when it started happening, but I started calling Shane SkinnyJeanShane sometime in June of last year.
Yeah.
Maybe not June, but like probably October or September.
It
Of
was
last year.
around like the second or third week that we've all been hanging out. So.
Oh man.
But yeah, like
Wiggle,
that
wiggle,
was.
wiggle.
I find it hilarious that like you're like, yeah, me and.
I mean, I guess you did get moved since
Oh.
it was kind of emotional.
But in all the
Wiggle,
wrong
wiggle,
way.
wiggle.
Like I'm just not that interested, man. Like here's the thing, right? Like I don't discriminate, right? Like, you know, if you want to shoot your shot. Go for it, right? Like I don't care. I'm not
Is
a
your mom
prude.
dead?
But but this guy shot his shot and like missed every target. Oh man. So yeah, that was the shit that I had to deal with for that movie, and you're just like, me cry, me care. And I'm just like, I don't even want to sit next to this person right now.
Go away.
I wish I could have told him that, but yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, realistically, he only like spoke to you like 3 times.
He only
hey,
spoke to me 3 times and creeped me out each and every time and made it worse.
So my sad work story was fucking. So today I was working at the hat store or hat department. I went on my lunch break, so I went all the way to the food court. And this girl just finished her meal, I guess. So she got up and turned around, and she was kind of dazed. And we were like hella close. Like, when you turn around, I'm talking about mere inches, like the diameter of the microphone that I'm speaking into right now, like super close.
Okay.
And for some reason, today I just had like hyperactive reflexes, so I just took a step back, like James Harden, and then I took a step forward. So basically, she was still shook, and while she was shook, I took a step back and I walked forward. So now I'm like beside her, right? And you hear her like very gently scream. Not like scream like but more like yeah, because like she was like kind of startled, which makes sense because she was kind of dazed, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm a goof, of course. So and there's no like indication of where I work. You get like it's very clearly still a uniform of sorts, but you can't quite tell where I work. So I made a joke. I'm like now don't scream. You're a pretty girl. I'm an ugly dude. If you scream and we're this close, people are gonna think some shit just went down. No, I'm breaking it down further so that people understand what the context of the joke is. So then she joked back. She was like, "Oh, you're not." She's like, "You don't look that bad." I'm like, "Girl, it's just because I'm working right now. I'm in uniform. You know, if I don't know why the fuck I said this. I wasn't trying to be smooth, but I was like, it's just because I'm in my uniform. It's not like I took you out to dinner or something, and we're talking, and then I realized what I said, and I'm like." And I was like, this could either go really well this could either go really well. What's the word I'm looking for? This could either go really wrong, or it could be really well. And the best part of this is I didn't even plan for any of this. So I could take the L or the W either way and not be affected. So we're actually kind of chatting it up. She finished her lunch though. So she's ready to leave. And I could tell that she works here within the same mall as it, not in the same department store. Cause I work at a hat department of an apparel store. So she finishes her lunch and you know, I just dropped that on her by fucking pure accident. I don't know why I said that. And she takes a look at me and we're actually talking now, right?
Whoa.
Here's the thing though. I'm very close with the people that work at the New York Fries.
You fat.
You fat motherfucker.
Okay, go on.
So then the girl at New York Fries already knows what I'm going to get. And I'm close enough at this point, like, because I'm walking and talking with her. At this point, I'm close enough to New York Fries that she recognizes me. And she's like, oh, hey, so same thing as usual? And I'm like, yeah.
Smooth.
And then I turn around and then she's like a solid 5 steps away from me now.
Ah, shit.
And she just goes, so yeah. So if I were to summarize what happened in song, it was like What a day it has been, such a rare mood I'm in. Why it almost feels like being depressed.
Shit. So I'm guessing she just walked away right after.
Yep. Shout out to Jabby the Hong one time. But yeah. Yeah. So it was kind of sad because we were getting somewhere.
And then, like, the New York Fries employee ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happens.
Then what's even worse, on the Sunday, I was working at the athletic apparel store. And a really cute girl walks into the store. And for some reason, it's just fucking dead. Like, no one is fucking there. No customers there. My assistant manager, my manager just went to grab his bubble tea or some shit. I forget. Maybe it was on his break. So I'm just chatting it up with this customer. You know, we're talking. We're talking about like K-pop and shit. We're talking about like, we're also talking about like, just talking. You know. So we're talking. It's a cute conversation. And she's stalling. You could tell she's stalling. There's no way you could be at the counter with only two products, and the transaction's taking that long. So you know she's stalling. We're talking, and then she finally decides to pay. And then I was about to bust, contact info of sorts. Whoa there, buddy. Whoa, what kind of Japanese shit is that, bruh?
All right.
And then her mom barges in there.
Ooh.
And I could understand Cantonese. So what she said in Canto, word for word, was, "喂,快啲啦，要走啦，咁鬼死耐嘅," which means, "Bitch, hurry the fuck up. We need to get going. Why are you taking so long?"
Yeah.
I was caught blocked by her mom.
Ooh.
It gets worse. We're about to close. And then I remembered, oh shit, I was supposed to get popcorn from Colonel's. There's a Colonel's in the mall. And so I was about to get popcorn from Colonel's. So I rush to the Colonel's. I place my order. And then I'm just waiting for the worker there to pack my popcorn and send it, right? And then give it to me, right? I look to my left. I hear a voice. I'm like, that voice sounds strangely familiar. I look over. It's her. So it's like, oh, second chances. So I get my popcorn and I'm stalling now. I'm like pretending to like shuffle around the shit. I turn around. I'm about to speak to her, and she looks at me. I look at her. There's like 2 seconds of silence. I'm about to say something. In fact, I actually do. I was about to say hey, and you hear me go, right? Like you hear the gust of the air. And then you just hear an overbearing Asian mom saying, "Why, 快啲要扯啦，人哋閂緊門啊!" Which means, bitch, hurry the fuck up. They're about to close.
Oh, shit.
So I got caught blocked again by her mom.
Oh, my God. This lady's got it out for you.
You are not going to marry my daughter. Not today, fat boy. Which one is the warthog again? Pumbaa,
Sorry?
right? Not today, Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa. Which one is which again?
Timon is the meerkat. Pumbaa is the warthog.
Not today, Pumbaa.
Yeah. Ah, man. Could you tell that she was interested? Like, did she seem interested?
Would there be a reason for her to stall just to buy a fucking shirt and a hat?
I don't know. I mean...
No, there's no fucking reason for me to stall, like, to have, like, a solid, like, 10-minute conversation.
Mm-hmm. True. Okay. Still, though,
fuck
it's
you,
just...
Mom. Not my mom. Not my mom. I meant...
No, that person's, like, that girl's, like, mom, right? It's just like, oh...
She's like listening to this, like, oh, bitch, okay? I don't really know where it's going with that, but yeah.
Yeah. So wait, did you tell me that you would have shot your shot for this one, or?
I was getting there, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I had the gun loaded and everything. Well, okay, that sounds terrible out of context, but
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
But no, it was getting there. It was getting there, and I was like, "Fuck it." And then the mom was like,
"Ew, 你老母."
Anyways, we have actually exceeded our time limit. So would you
shit.
like to do a part 2 sometime on movies that made you move?
Sure. I mean,
Like Step Up 3D? I'm joking.
what the hell?
Get it? Because dancing movies that made you move. Dance
Alright,
movies,
you need to
Step
stop
Up
talking.
3D. Nah, it's my podcast, bitch. Get deported. Anyways.
Alright, that's fair. I mean, I only mentioned like 2 that really got me like crying, like yeah. So
I like how we started off from like, anyways, we're gonna talk about sad movies to talk about sad movie moments.
now we're
in real
listening to
life.
you getting cock blocked by like someone's moms.
Hey man, I could tell you an even worse story where I got caught blocked by Kevin.
Ooh.
Fuck you, Kevin.
I feel like you told me this one before, actually.
I might have.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that will be it for today/tonight's whatever. That'll be it for today's episode of the Ghetto Fabulous Podcast, where we, of course, went off the rails a little bit.
A little.
Just a little bit. So yeah, Shane, you need to watch those movies, bro. You need to watch those movies, or else I'm telling Murder that you didn't see it.
Sure. I mean,
I don't.
I will watch them. Like, trust me. When I get back, I got like a nice period of just nothing else to do.
You need to watch
so.
The Room.
I know. You won't
Okay.
not let me not watch
You're
this.
tearing me apart, Shane.
Christ, okay, I'll watch it, jeez.
All right, sweet. Anyways, that'll be it for us for the Ghetto Fabulous Podcast. My name is Kirby Kwan Jr. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, and Twitter via Kirby Kwan Jr. Just type in KIRBYKWANJR. Once again, that'll be KIRBYKWANJR. That is it for us. Kirby Kwan Jr. from the 6, Shane in Japan. And yeah, we out. Deuces.
Letters.
Me no care.
Da-na-na-na-na.